Hey guys, it's Megan and we've made it to the H's. So this video I'll be talking about baby names that begin with the letter H. We've done A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and now we're at letter H. So welcome to H. So first here are 10 girls' names that I like that begin with the letter H. They're my favorites kind of from 10 to 1, as best as I can rank them. Number 10 is Helena, or I've also heard this name pronounced Helena, but I prefer Helena. It's a Greek name, and it comes from the name Helen, and it means bright, shining one, which is, I think, a lovely meaning. And in popularity here in the United States, it is number 560. Number 9, I'm going to kind of do a 2-for-1 and talk about both Honor and Anora. Honor is a virtue name, and Anora is a Latin name meaning woman of honor, so similar meanings. Let me know in the comments below, what do you prefer, Honor or Anora? I think I go back and forth on them. Number 8 is kind of another 2-for name. It's Harriet and Hattie, and Harriet is an English name. It's a feminization of the name Harry, which means state ruler. Harriet by itself is just not even in the top 1,000 here in the US. Whereas Hattie is, it's number 709, and Hattie is a diminutive of the name Harriet, so it has the exact same meaning, it's just a nickname for this name. But Hattie is getting more attention than Harriet, which I think is kind of interesting. Number 7 is Hannah. Hannah is Hebrew, it means grace, it's fairly common here, it's number 22 in the US. Number 6 is Hailey. Hailey is also pretty common. It's number 32 with this spelling, although if you add up all the spellings it'll be way more popular. I have a cousin named Hailey. It's English and it means hayfield. Number 5 is Hallie, kind of like Halle Berry, although I put the extra I in there because I just think it looks more balanced for some reason. It's English and it means dweller near the meadow by the manor. And it's number 525 in popularity. Do you prefer Hallie or Hailey? That's a good question. Number 4 is Holly. Holly is a nature name. It's number 424. I always associate it with girls born around Christmas time. You could also use Holland as a longer name and Holly as a nickname for Holland if you want. Holland, of course, is a Dutch place name. Number 3 is Harlow. Harlow is an English surname meaning army. It is number 578 here in popularity. Number 2 is Harper. Harper is a name that's really just like jumped up on the charts. It's number 24 now. It was virtually unheard of like 5-10 years ago. It's English and it means harp player, and it is I like it for the namesake Harper Lee, who's the author of To Kill a Mockingbird, and yeah, it's a cool name. I get why it's getting popular. Number 1 is Hope. Hope is my favorite of the virtue names, and it is number 220 in popularity. I think Hope is so simple and cute. 10 more names. You might be like, you didn't say this name. So here are 10 more H girl names. Although if I miss any names that you think are worth mentioning, please do put them in the comments below. I really enjoy interacting with you. So number 10 is Heather. Heather was so popular in the 80s. It's dropped to number 814. It's Scottish and it's a botanical name. Number 9 is Hermione. Hermione is on a lot of people's guilty pleasure list. I don't think it's unusual, but it does remind people of Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series. It's Greek. It's a feminization of the name Hades. I don't know why I'm so itchy. I'm sorry. I keep messing with my face. And Hermione means messenger, and it also means earthly. Number 8 is Halo. Halo, I think, is a brave choice. It's a word name, and a lot of people actually associate it with the video game Halo, instead of, you know, that thing that goes around an angel's head. Okay. So number 7 is Hillary. Hillary is Latin. It comes from a Greek name. It means happy and cheerful, which are nice meanings. Hillary's not in the top 1,000 anymore. Number 6 is Harmony. Harmony is a word name. It's also, I consider it to be a virtue name, and it is number 197 in popularity. Number 5 is Heidi. Heidi is German. It means noble birth, and it is number 334. Whenever I hear the name Heidi, I picture like a little girl in, you know, Dutch clothes, a little Dutch girl with like braided pigtails looped up. You know what I mean? Okay. Number 4 is Hazel. Hazel is English. It means from the hazelnut tree. Hazel is one of those old-fashioned, like, used to be just a little granny name that is really making a comeback. It's number 175 here in the US. Number 3 is Hartley. Hartley is a unisex name. I know some people prefer it more for a boy. I think because it's got the lee sound as an ending, it could be used for a girl. It's English and it means stag meadow, so that sounds more male, that part. But yeah, what do you prefer it for a boy or girl? Let me know. Number 2 is Haven. Haven's a word name. It's number 432 in popularity. Jessica Alba actually has 2 daughters, one named Honor and the other named Haven, which I think is like a really good sibling set. I wouldn't use either personally, but yeah, it's like sounds good together. And number 1 is Hadley. Hadley is English. It means heathery field. It's number 130 in popularity. And Hadley's on the rise. I can see this name. A lot of people are using it as an alternative to the name Hailey, which has been popular for a little bit. So I could see Hadley kind of taking Hailey's place eventually. On to the boys. So here's my top 10 for boys. Number 10 is Hayden. Hayden, some people think of as being a girl. It's English. It means heather, grown hill. And it's actually, for boys, it's number 109 in the US. For girls, it's number 196. So that's pretty split down the middle. I mean, still a little bit more on the boys' side, but yeah, it's definitely straight up a unisex name. Number 9 is Hugh. Hugh is English and it means mind and intellect, and it's number 932 here in the US. Number 8 is Heath. Heath is English. It means the heathland dweller, and it's number 863. It reminds a lot of people, myself included, of the actor, the late Heath Ledger. It also reminds me of the candy bar, the Heath bar. Number 7 is Henry. Henry is German. It means a state ruler, and it is number 43. It's one of those old-fashioned boys' names that people are loving again. Number 6 is Hudson. Hudson is English. It means Hugh's son, and in popularity it is number 93. It's a surname name, and it is definitely climbing the charts. Number 5 is Heaton. Heaton is also a surname name. It's an English name. It's not in the top 1,000, but I think it sounds like a lot of names that are. Number 4 is Hunter. Hunter is English. It means one who hunts, which makes sense, right? And it is number 45 here in popularity. Number 3 is Hayes. Hayes is a surname as well. It's English. It means hedged area, and in popularity it is number 689, and I think it just kind of has a cool sound to it. Number 2 is Huckleberry. Huckleberry is totally one of my guilty pleasure names, so I don't know how usable it is. It'd have to be like the right family to use it. It's a word name. It's a literary name. You'll remember maybe from Huck Finn. Yeah, totally guilty pleasure, but really fun to say. Number 1 is Holden. Holden is English. It means Hollow Valley. It's number 296. I definitely associate this name with Holden Caulfield from, why is it escaping me? J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye. It's one of my favorite books. I really loved this book when I was like a teenager and then like early college years. I read it so much. I like the name on its own. I do associate it strongly with the character. I like the character. I know some people don't like him. But yeah, I like it, and I think he's such a sad person. I don't know that I'd want to use that namesake, so that makes me not put it like on my personal favorites list for boys. But yeah, I do love this name, but I think it's got like just this sad quality associated with it to me. Here are 10 more boys' names that didn't make my personal favorites of the H's, but I wanted to mention them. Ooh, the camera's jiggling. What am I doing to the desk? Sorry. Okay, number 10 is Horatio. Horatio is, or Horatio, you could say it that way too, I think, is English, and it means hour and time. It reminds me of Horatio Hornblower. Number 9 is Hugo. It's a Latinized variation of the name Hugh. It means mind and intellect, and in popularity it is number 436. Number 8 is Hector. Hector is Greek. It means holding fast. It is number 267. Hector sounds very masculine to me. Hector. Number 7 is Hooper. Hooper is an English occupational name, meaning hoop maker. It's a surname name. Yeah, I don't know how this works as a first name. What do you think? Number 6 is Hardy. It's German. It means bold and brave, and it reminds me of the Hardy Boys books. Number 5 is Harry. It's a diminutive of the name Henry. It means estate ruler, as many of these names mean, and it is number 718 here in the US. Number 4 is Houston. It's a Scottish name. It's also a place name, place in Texas, Houston, Texas, and it is number 941 in popularity. Number 3 is Harlan. Harlan is German and English, and it means rocky land. Number 2 is Hendrix. Hendrix is Dutch and German. It comes from the name Hendrik, and it is number 838, and like fans of Jimi Hendrix, I know, love this name. It's kind of a cool, unusual choice. Number 1 is Harrison. Harrison is English. It means son of Harry. It is number 181. It reminds me of Harrison Ford, you know, Indiana Jones. Yeah, that's who it reminds me of. So I would love to hear what your favorite H names are, and if there's any good ones that I forgot. I always forget every letter something to say, but that's why I have you. And if you have any names, or tongue-tied at the end, if you have any ideas for future name videos, I'd really love to hear those. I have some ideas myself, but I want to make, of course, what you want to hear, because that would make sense. So I hope that you're having a lovely day, and I will see you again for the next letter. Bye-bye.